Testing, 1, 2.
I said, they let us stay in with Senator Graham yet. No. No, we could. No, it's the governor's office. They're just different. They're just different. Well, that's what I said. I was like, well, y'all let yesterday. They're like, no, we do security detail different. I said, you. No, but you know what? swear we were live all day yesterday, so that's so funny. It's like same background. Yeah, that's good. We'll just let them know it's like same situation. Yeah. So funny. Turn the mic on. I did. Here. I'm going to go knock on that door and tell that nice lady. Yeah, because she doesn't know people are filming her house. Exactly. Horrible. Yeah, go let her know. Yeah. Say that again? I'll ask. Hey, do y'all know where his press guy went? We just want to warn that lady. We did a live trial there. We just want to warn her that her house is going to be broadcast off the news because people are looting. So everywhere. It's the out in Edgefield. They haven't yet. I know they've been looting in Augusta, really bad in North Augusta. Okay. Well, that's good because it's really bad in Augusta right now. Yeah. We just wanted to give her. We should know. Heads up. So like 10, 15 minutes, you guys think? I don't think it's going to be long. Okay. To be honest, true. All right, Mayor. Like 10 minutes. I would say 10, 15 minutes. Okay. All right. One, two, three, four. move it, like, so we're not putting this woman's house on television, like, and just put the tree on television. Like, just over, I can tell you when. All right, that is perfect right there. I just, yeah. Just for safety reasons. Thank you. I just had to move it to the right.
I tried. I went around back. I went around front.
It's okay. At least you know, like, you try to warn her.
I was just trying.
I had to move it to the right a little bit.
That's good. Because, I mean, they just need to see the trees.
That's what I was
there's not
thinking.
a tree on the house.
Do you want to be in charge of this to hook it up to him when he comes out? Unless we can stick it on the...
I'd ask his press guy. He could do it, but...
Can you leave? Like I said, like, how many minutes is it going to take in there? We just want to warn that one is, like, there's been a lot of looting going on. Like, we don't have that here. I'm like, well, it's been going on in North Augusta and Augusta. Like, I just want to make sure that, like, we protect her privacy. And he was like, we don't have that issue here. They kid you not, just 2 minutes later, they got a phone call that somebody tried to break into a property. And I was like,
I know.
idiots.
I know.
I'm like, you know what? At least we tried. I just feel like it's important to protect people
Well,
and
and
privacy.
she's so nice.
She
She
is.
was, like, really cool yesterday, so...
I think I'm already kind of on edge after getting kicked out. That was really...
No, it's just a difference in transparency, that's all.
Yeah.
Because the Edgefield leaders didn't care.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? I don't feel like he's going to be exactly cooperative.
No, I don't. I mean, if I saw someone like, you do this, stick it, like, you attach it to that.
Yeah,
and put
but
it on the
I
floor.
mean, let's just see like what it sounds like because the wind. But I mean, this stuff
I have
will
a
block
wind
it.
screen if not.
I'll ask.
Can I put my earphones in real quick?
I'll ask super cool press dude when he comes back out. But it's fine. This is fine.
Okay.
No, I'm just a little like, we're in Edgefield. The leaders want us in there, and the governor's the only one who doesn't. Where's the transparency? I'm like mad for the people of Edgefield.
Yeah.
The people that we spent all day with yesterday, who were
kinda wanna ask him about
amazing.
I know it's not something that I do, but
Yesterday when we were at Senator Graham, we were in the room, we heard
We were
the
up like this
conversations. It was just so nice to have the complete transparency. And then to come here the next day and have it opposite was like, even they were kind of like, we want y'all in here.
yeah, they were happy to see us.
Yeah. So that to me is like, why aren't you being transparent? Or at least explain to us why.
And they did a full
Are they-
briefing in front of us.
What are you saying? They're keeping information? Or what?
Just an idea of what
I
they
don't
talked
know,
about.
but optics. I mean, we literally were in the room yesterday showing the conversations, and today we're out here. Like, it just looks bad.
Yeah. Oh, I see. I see.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's the juxtaposition of 2 days with 2 different leaders. Mic check 1 2 3, and it's just like, I don't know, not cool. Mic check 1 2 3 4 5. It was yesterday like that, like at Aiken, and then it was the same situation. Aiken,
Yeah.
it's fine,
Yeah.
but it's like there's already a lack of trust in government officials. So when one government official does something where another one is transparent and another one, even if there's nothing nefarious or nothing where they're keeping information, there's optics.
Mayor, how much battery is left on that?
2 out of 3.
Is that my backpack that's over there?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, that's what I mean about it.
Lindsay,
And he's the United States Senator versus
governor.
governor.
Yeah.
I was just in shock this happened. I don't ask about it. Well, the press guy was like, it's fine, it's not happening,
Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, mic check, mic check.
we have a decent journalism program. I mean, I will say one of the, and obviously you want to prepare people for the real world, but the bulk of my graduate class, we got either full-time jobs in at news stations or PR or some kind of journalism job. So it's a small school, but we have some top-notch professors that I had to drag on. My one of my professors, who's the associate dean of the department, was a news director and worked in the business for 20 years. So
Who's that?
I don't know if you knew his name, but his name's Brandon King.
I thought you were going to say Andy Still, that caller.
No.
But he's
Yeah. Well, you might know some of them in the upstate. Kyle Brinkman is the one at ESPN. Michael Still was the one at Channel 4. That's the NBC affiliate in Greenville.
Yeah, when I first met, I've been in this almost 15 years, and I was offered a job here, and then I was offered a job there, but I was married at the time, and my husband was not offered a job at that place. So I resigned. So about 84. Yeah, down in Boston. I'm going to move over here, so there's no chance of me being in the video. Probably implied all sorts of security things by hiding back here, but somebody's going to do it. I'm just doing the photographer's stuff.
You guys got a decent amount of security for him, too.
Yeah, a lot more than you. I do look shady though right now. I'll text you later. Okay. Remember to record your camera in case they roll on. Well, in case there's funds, they can't roll because of this.
It's all good. I'll record and then we can always do the back.
Perfect.
They should be able to roll on mine from here to 6 months.
Yeah, but I was just in case. You
No
never
issue.
know. Yep.
Governor, well, I'll be right over here.
Thank you.
Company issue. Those are nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You want one? I'll get you one with your name. Oh. Just send the order independent.
There you go. Just send it to me.
And while we wait for the governor to start his remarks, power outages across the state now standing at 251,000, the majority in the upstate.
I don't think that anyone needs to explain to people of Edgefield or Aiken counties how bad this storm has been. This part of the state does not usually experience these kind of things, but this hurricane came in. You know, they're never predictable. Often they're predicted to go left and to go right. The University of Colorado, I think it is where most of the scientific prediction work is done, and they usually have to predict 2 or 3 different directions and using the best equipment and knowledge that they have. But this one came right at us. It was not predicted to, but it did, and you can see the kind of damage that it did. Most of our hurricanes end up on the coast, and we have a lot of experience there with them. But that experience has paid off here because it was vitally necessary. You look at these trees that are down, you look at the power outages all over the state. Just for some numbers, we have about 3 million, just over 3 million customers, power customers, business and homes in the state. On Friday morning, we had 1.3 million of those customers out of power. Today, we have much less. We're at 272,290 out of power today. That many homes or businesses. And that's great progress, but we need to make more, particularly in Aiken and Edgefield counties that were really hit hard. And that help is on the way. As the linesmen for the companies and others are finishing up work in one place, they're going to come here. We've also had the National Guard, the State Guard. We've had the troops helping, the cooperation between all of our people, the military, law enforcement, private citizens, charities, churches, Salvation Army, the Red Cross. Everyone has been phenomenal and has exhibited a South Carolina spirit that most people around the country never get to experience. So we're going to fix this situation. It's going to get better. We ask people to have patience. There's some places, including here, where it's not just putting a few of the poles back up or putting the wires back up, but it's actually deep rebuilding. It's going to take a little bit longer. But the companies are working hard to see that this is corrected and that our people are safe and comfortable as quickly as possible. And we have some folks that will provide detail, and I'll ask Bill Hickson to come forward.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Governor. I'd like to thank everybody for being here today. And I'd like to thank the governor, lieutenant governor, and the House members and the sheriff for what all you've done here for us in Edgefield County. I also live in North Augusta. I represent it too. We've been hit hard. I've talked to a lot of state officials that have seen the rest of the state. They think this is one of the worst areas that we've got in Edgefield and Aiken County. I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to ask the folks out there to continue to pray for us because we need all the help we can get. Thank you very much.
I too want to thank all of you for being here, and I certainly want to thank the governor and his team. It's been a great team. We're in some trying times now, and I just want to say that the folks, the people who live in these areas, Aiken, Edgefield, and Saluda, it's been really tough, but you've been very helpful too. You've been helping each other, and that's what it's all about, neighbors, helping neighbors. And I want to again thank the governor and his team. We are working on it. Things are looking much better than it was, and we are getting there. Thank you so much, and let's keep going forward.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being with us. I can't say anything in public without talking about our staff. We have been boots on the ground since last Thursday. We got to the point we couldn't get out of Edgefield to go and assist on calls. But the partnerships that we have with local police, the state police, and everyone that has chipped in, our National Guard cleared the streets for us morning, noon, and night. We are now all over Edgefield County. We believe the biggest part of the roadway is clear. We believe we're safe. Our curfew is going to continue for at least a few more days until we have more power, more communications, more availability of people moving around. We're going to continue the curfew. Again, thank you for all the state police have done, the National Guard, and we appreciate it.
Representative?
Thank you so much. I represent Greenwood and McCormick counties, your neighboring counties down here at Edgefield. And again, I want to thank the governor and all of his staff for coming with us today. But don't forget the guys that are out there working every night. And I had a good dear friend that used to work for Duke Energy, and he's retired now. And every night when they had an ice storm they were going out, I was sure to text him give them a call, let them know we're praying for them, we're thinking of you. I think we forget sometimes the sacrifices these folks make. We've got a camp in Greenwood, Governor, of over 1,000 men out there at the Civic Center, parked out there. So be sure to pray for these gentlemen out there working, for all your leaders, and thank you for the opportunity to come down today and speak with you.
Also, we have besides homes and houses in neighborhoods and downtown, we have farms and forests that have been hit hard as well, and we are working towards that as well. And I would ask everybody to remember to pray for your friends, family, and those that we've lost, and we'll get stronger and stronger. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, Governor, I do. The more I talk to people around this state.
So there you have Governor Henry McMaster giving an update on the situation in Edgefield and Aiken counties. Edgefield, as we mentioned a moment ago, more than 54% of homes and businesses there are still in the dark. Nearby Aiken County, a third of all homes and businesses still remain without power. Power outages across the state right now, according to the South Carolina power outage map, stands at 251,300. The big bulk of that is Duke Energy, 166,000, and most of that is in the upstate. Dominion is reporting some 31,000 outages at this hour. Mid-Carolina is still working to get everybody back on in Lexington County, 4,300 outages there. And as we also mentioned, the death toll has gone up here in South Carolina. 223 deaths when you take South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee together. And here in South Carolina, that death toll now stands at 46. 12 of our 46 counties have had fatalities because of the hurricane. Aiken County, as you just heard from the governor there, hard hit. They have the most deaths in the state right now with 10. Spartanburg with 8, Greenville with 7. 1 death was reported here in Richland County. Of course, we're going to continue to follow all of this for you this afternoon. We're going to have updates when you join us later this evening right here on Friends at 5.
Disasters or other challenges than any other state. We've done it a lot of times, but also the people of our state, simply ours. Businesses from around the world tell me the people of South Carolina are different from others. They're great states, great people, great Americans, but the people of South Carolina have something special about them. And we have seen that over and over as you go through the neighborhoods and speak to people about neighbors helping neighbors, people volunteers. We've got more people volunteering to do things than probably any place else. So that's this is one for the story, the history books. It is a shame that so many have lost so much, and particularly that we've lost so many beautiful lives. But we don't want to lose any more. That's why we tell people, please be careful. Think before you do anything. Don't bring those generators inside. Don't be close to them. Be careful of there may still be some limbs that are weak and may fall. Don't have your candles on. Leave them unattended. We've had people have house fires and die because they left a candle unattended. We need to be very careful. Don't go close to down power lines. All those things. But we'll be stronger because of this. We just hate to lose so much in the process.
Governor, we've seen neighbors helping neighbors, just like you've mentioned. It's been so inspiring because help is so needed. Can you talk about your efforts to get both state and federal aid to these people so that it's not just the neighbors and and not just the charities?
Well, yeah, that's right. But without the neighbors and without the charities, without the private citizens, we would really be in deep trouble. I imagine that half of the work and half of the care that's being presented is being done by volunteers. In Greenville, at the Bon Secours Wellness Arena, I wish you could have seen that. We went in downstairs, they must have had 30 people down there making sandwiches and lunches and things to go out all over the place. They had doctors and nurses and individuals and caregivers. Most of the people there needed oxygen, and places were running out of oxygen, so they were coming there. They didn't have any place else to go, but most of the people there were volunteers. The cleanup, a lot of the cleanup that's being done is volunteers. But where the team of professionals we have is outstanding. And with our National Guard, our State Guard, as well as the law enforcement, as well as civic leaders and neighborhood leaders, and just what you would think would be your average citizen who turns out to be a very extraordinary person, we've been able to get as far as we've gone and to, I think, avoid a lot of the problems that some other places would have. But again, I think that more people have seen into the spirit and the heart of people in South Carolina during this episode than they imagined that they would see that kind of strength and compassion.
But do you think that maybe some more federal aid or state aid could be on the way?
It is. It's on the way. It is certainly on the way. I guess you missed what we talked about inside.
We
Yes.
weren't allowed to be in there. So if you could brief us, that'd be great.
Well, President Biden called Sunday night and promised whatever we needed through FEMA. And Federal Administrator Criswell called, I think, sometime around then. Transportation Secretary Buttigieg called, I think, 2 days ago, providing whatever help he could provide. But our Department of Transportation, all of our state agencies, including the State Guard, the National Guard, and National Guardsmen from other states. We have them coming in from New York, from California, Michigan, Alabama, Florida, Mississippi, coming from all over the place to help. And they bring in equipment. There's something called the Red Horse. It's a group I think primarily in Florida, where they have trained people. One group's got 30 people, all kind of tractors and lifts and skids, all that kind of. It is all over the place. Walmart has sent in truckloads of water. We've had other groups send things in. President Trump had called his friend Elon Musk, and I understand that Starlink is available and is all over the place as well for communication. But through the FEMA process, there are two types, mainly two things. There's a public help and the individual assistance, public assistance and individual, and you have to apply for it. But so far, I think we have 80-something FEMA representatives that are 182 that are in the state now, going around responding to people who have called in looking for public assistance. And I think they have already paid out over $4.5 million. There'll be a lot more than that. But the public assistance as well is being promised, but has not been provided yet. And we have now 16 counties that are eligible for that. We think there'll be a couple more. You want to hear them? I'll read them to you.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, so far, and these are in alphabetical order. This is for that assistance. Is Aiken, Anderson, Bamberg, Barnwell, Cherokee, Edgefield, Greenville, Greenwood, Lawrence, Lexington, Newberry, Oconee, Pickens, Saluda, Spartanburg, and Union. And just today, Abbeville and Richland were added. And that's most of the counties. There may be some others that, if they meet a certain threshold as established by FEMA, then they'll be available as well.
So do you expect more to be added?
Don't know. I think These that I've mentioned, these 16, is that 16 or 18? That's 18 total. That covers most of the damage we've heard about, but there may be more. But if they reach the threshold, the FEMA threshold, then they'll be included as well. But they need to send that information in. It needs to be gathered up. And there, as it was stated a moment ago, 182 of those assessors are going around right now, estimating the damage and seeing if a claim would be justified.
Was there anything else we missed in the briefing that maybe the people of Edgeville or Aiken County should know? Just because we weren't in there, it'd be great to know whatever could be shared. I know everyone's so hungry for information right now.
Well, I guess the main thing is that we have a great team. The entire team is on the field. We know that Aiken and Edgefield are two of the counties that have more power outages than the others. In Edgefield, 53% of the power is out. In Aiken County, 34% of the power is out. I think Greenwood is close behind that. We started out with 1.3, I may have told you this, 1.3 million outages in a state with 3 million meters, and we're now down to 272,290, because if it's yours, it's the one that really counts to you. But we have people working around the clock, and we were informed Dominion has taken all their people that have finished their work elsewhere, and they're bringing them here. We've got law enforcement. SLED is cooperating with Sheriff Rowland and everybody else. It is a great team effort, and the people from FEMA that have come to help and others from outside that come to help all comment on how well our team works together, how qualified they are, and how determined.
So you mentioned FEMA. One of the other resources when we saw Senator Graham yesterday was Red Cross. Can you tell us how Red Cross is doing and resources they're sending here?
I don't know what all they are sending, but I know they are sending resources. I spoke to the president of that a few days ago. Also, I think I mentioned Walmart is sending truckloads of water. The other entities who's that? Others have sent things as well. I'm sure there are more on the way.
Some more questions, Joe.
Governor, why did it take so long for you to get here? We had a visit from a U.S. Senator yesterday, and Kemp's been all over our counties in Georgia. So, what was the delay?
Which delay?
Why you haven't been making it to Edgefield and Aiken County?
Well, I haven't been here in person, but I've been here in spirit, because we've been talking about it ever since this thing happened, and talking to people who have been constantly on the phone with the sheriff and others, as well as citizens themselves. There's a lot of information flow, but I promise you that Edgefield, Aiken, none of these places have been ignored by anybody. Ms. Evett, Lieutenant Governor, would you like to speak?
Sure. So I've been traveling around this part of the state today, was up in North Augusta this morning at the pods, giving out water, giving out food. And what we've been hearing all day is the amazing connectivity between neighbor to neighbor, and everybody helping everybody. And the state has been in there with the state guard. The Red Cross was I was with them earlier. They'll be sending down more meals. Dominion sending down all the rest, about 3,000 linemen. I'll be here tomorrow to add to the ones that are already here. Road crews are continuing to clean up. So please, if everybody can just be a little bit more patient. The cavalry is here, and they've been here, and they've been working. As the governor was saying and has been saying in all of his press conferences, this is a storm like no other. So it's getting debris up before the lines can get up, and there's been a number of poles down. Last I heard, 1,900 still going up by Dominion that are down. So they are working hard. So please be patient. Please look out for them. Please thank them, because they are local, many of them, and they are here helping all of us get power on while their homes may still not have power. So thank you to the Red Cross. Thank you for all volunteers, our State Guard, our National Guard, for coming out, and everybody for helping each other. We're at the end of this, so we have to stay strong. We are South Carolina strong, and that's what makes us different, is that we help each other, and we bring all the positivity we can to every bad situation. Thank you, Governor.
Last question you need to watch.
Yeah. Seeing that the storm disrupted a lot of election offices, is there a reason why voter registration wasn't extended?
Why voter registration wasn't extended?
It has been, Governor.
It's been extended.
It
Is that
has been.
that's the question?
Yeah.
Yep.
It has been.
Okay.
And what's the answer?
10 days. It's been extended 10 days.
All right. Everybody good?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
That is what I'm going to go do. Sir, let's get a group photo. Wonderful.
I just to clarify that one point, the governor was in Aiken on Sunday.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
We've got some other guests that like to join in the photo.